Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Eric Lemus Shenanigans of 1977. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time to cross the line by making an impact with the TNA Event Center. And now here is the man who will give you all the news from TNA Wrestling, Eric M. Lima.
Thank you, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lemus Shenanigans of 1977, episode number 1227 of the show. We just got done with Rant and Rave episode number 228. We want to thank the current TNA World Heavyweight Champion Moose for coming on and spending time out of his very busy schedule with us for a few minutes. And it was a great interview, great questions asked and answering everything else, and good questions. And it was a great interview, and thank you, Moose, once again. And it was an honor to have you on the Rant and Rave podcast. Speaking of the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, as you know, tomorrow night is No Surrender. And what I'm going to do is this is the final, the go-home show before No Surrender. And come to find that out, a lot is on the table here. And just to let you know, there's going to be a lot of crazy things happening. As you know, Saturday, 2 days from in a couple of days, they'll have the Elimination Chamber at 5 o'clock. I won't watch it and react live to it, but I will watch it after when I come home and then do a report on it. So that is going to be a huge deal. So be on the lookout as we do this, okay? So hope you guys tune in and get ready to go, and we'll see, and we shall see what has happened, okay? But right now we're going to focus on TNA, and here we go. We'll talk about what happened on TNA. Chris Sabin went one-on-one with Jason Hotch. As you know, Chris Sabin will be defending his exhibition title tomorrow night at No Surrender against Mustafa Ali. And Chris Sabin did win the matchup, but then Mustafa Ali addresses Chris Sabin. And then the system addresses Alex Shelley as Moose gets ready for his matchup tomorrow night. And as on the countdown before No Surrender, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards with Alicia in their corner will take on the team of Kevin Knight and Kushida, the Intergalactic Jet Setters. So that's going to be happening tomorrow night as well. So that will be an excellent matchup indeed. As they were talking, Santino Marella interrupts them, and then he decided to ban both teams from ringside. That means if Moose's team shows up, Moose loses. But if Alex Shelley's team shows up, Alex Shelley loses. So I'm sure Alex Shelley wouldn't mind because he knows that this is personal between him and Moose. And Chris Sabin did respond to Mustafa Ali. And Simon Gotch making his TNA debut. There are two TNA debuts. One of them is Simon Gotch, as he went up, actually three. Went up against Jack Price, and Simon Gotch did win the matchup, but then as Simon Gotch locked Price in that submission hold, Josh Alexander did show up during the matchup, join on commentary, and then afterwards he confronted Gotch after the matchup. And then the Grizzled Young Veterans, as you know, they're the best of two, the best of three is tied at 1 apiece, and whoever wins this matchup will be the tag team champions in No Surrender. So they addressed ABC, saying they'll be ABC for the titles. Trent Seven went one-on-one with Steve Macklin, and because of the Rascals' involvement, Steve Macklin took advantage, and Speedball Bailey tried to do his part, but in the end, Steve Macklin ended up winning that matchup. Giselle Shaw addresses Jordan Grace as he tries to challenge for the title. Gail Kim tried to give her some advice, but it goes in one ear and out the other. And so there's that. And Trent Seven And Mike Bailey did challenge the Rascals to a tag team matchup, and they're doing it at the countdown to No Surrender. Meanwhile, Eric Young was getting ready to face Frankie Kazarian one-on-one, but Frankie Kazarian comes out because I'm not in the mood to fight. However, I know someone who is. So, another debut, Big Damo, formerly known as Killian Dane, made his debut, but Eric Young, in fact, wait a minute, Killian Dane, holy tuna turkey, Batman. I cannot believe this. Big Damo was Killian Dane. He was part of Sanity with Eric Young. So Frankie Kazarian with some mind games, a little history. Holy freak. I forgot about Sanity. Oh my goodness me. I didn't know. It just dawned on me just now. Well, I was too busy. Wow. The former Killian Dane, he was Sanity with Eric Young. Holy Christmas. I did not realize that. I forgot all about Sanity. Oh my goodness. Holy mackerel. Frankie Kazarian really knew what he was doing, man. He really knew what he was doing when he played mind games with Eric Young. But Eric Young knows Damo very, very well. He beats Big Damo one. But Kazarian tried to get involved in the matchup with a steel chair, but then Eric Young, he says, you name the time, you name the place, and everything, and Eric Young challenged him for a match at No Surrender, which is a very, very big deal. Natasha Steelz addresses Xia Brookside and says that she's going to make it her division again by beating Xia Brookside. Meanwhile, Jody Threat and Dane Luna were addressing the tag team title situation. Knockouts was Decay defending it against MK Ultra, and Dane Luna goes, well, no, we've been here before. We've always fought. We never asked for anything. We fought for everything. So we'll see what those two ladies can do. Meanwhile, George Iceman introduces Ash by Elegance, making her TNA, the third TNA in-ring debut. And Ash by Elegance, she took on Savannah Thorne, who looked very beautiful. But in the end, Ash by Elegance didn't end up winning the matchup. Then the trios matchup, which is the six-man tag, the system, that would be Moose, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Moose, who we interviewed on Rant and Rave, Brian Myers, and the former TNA champ, Eddie Edwards, with his wife Alicia in their corner, going up against the Intergalactic Jet Setters. That would be Kevin Knight and Kushida, and then teaming up with Alex Shelley, who we interviewed last month. Alex Shelley? Alex Shelley. And during that matchup, Alicia Edwards gets involved, distracting the Intergalactic Jet Setters and Alex Shelley, and picking up the victory does the system. Both teams decided to brawl after the matchup, and then Alex Shelley grabbed Moose and put him in a submission hold, and as the rest of the system got him out of the ring before further damage was done, Shelley grabs the TNA title and holds it up. So, and that would be that could be it. So we'll see what happens when our guest Moose defends that title against Alex Shelley for tomorrow night's No Surrender. Anyways, all right. Now this is the No Surrender. It's on the pay-per-view, and you can watch it on these things now. All right, No Surrender rules for the TNA World Title. Moose defends Shelley. Our first two guests from the Rant and Rave podcast. I think this is history in the making. I think we are the first podcast to interview back-to-back TNA World Champions. Not only that, in a tag, and they're going to be in a matchup one-on-one. So Moose versus Alex Shelley. I picked Moose to win because I know the system will get involved. Knockouts World Championship, Jordynne Grace and Giselle Shaw. I'm picking Jordynne Grace over Giselle Shaw. Mustafa Ali debuts as Chris Sabin. Mustafa Ali would challenge him for the title, X Division title, but I believe Mustafa Ali could end up winning the matchup. Meanwhile, the best of three series finals as ABC going against the Griffith Young Vets, and the winner of this match will be tag team champions. I picked the Grizzled Young Vets. They're hungry and they're ready to go. Renewed hostilities. Josh Alexander versus Simon Gotch. And Josh Alexander, I pick him over Simon Gotch. But now this matchup is happening, but there's a little carrot dingling, and probably what interested Frankie Kazarian. World title shot at Sacrifice on the line. Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian. Monsters collide. I picked, let's see. I picked Kazarian, because Kazarian is due to a title. PCO and Khan in a Monsters Collide match. I picked PCO to win it. Knockouts Tag Gold. DK versus MK Ultra. I picked DK to win the matchup, even though I like Killer Kelly. She's my favorite TNA knockout. And Tag Team Warfare, like I said, Systems, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards go up against Kushida and Kevin Knight. I will have to pick the System for that one. But now, and the matchup, Alex Shelley and Trent Seven versus the Rascals. This will be a very interesting team. I'm going to pick the Rascals to win the matchup because I know Steve Maclin could get involved. So that is all the time we have on the show. Episode 1227 of Eric Lee Shenanigans of 1977. The TNA Event Center for the 22nd of February. And I will see you in the next episode of the show. Okay? So, with that being said, thank you. If you subscribe to me for the very first time, please you can leave a comment. Or better yet, just better yet, ring the bell for notification and press the notification button, and we'll get ready to go. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Remember, tomorrow we get Bullseye, the game of strategy, luck, knowledge, and daring. The final SmackDown before Elimination Chamber and Level Up. We get AEW Rampage. Come back at the regular time as well. We're gonna have some fun. All right. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, door for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.